Do not allow yourself to be guilt tripped. Man, oh man, oh man. I was going to do a whole video, different video on like productivity and things I use. However, a couple things have come up with some clients and it was almost like a theme. Like, I'm like, oh my God, there's like a theme happening here of people feeling as though they got to change who they are. They got to do something different because they feel guilty. Okay. First of all, I felt like I really needed to unbox this. Humans, as generations and ancestors of human beings, we all in our human brain want what we want when we want it now. Like, period. That's just life. That's ingrained in us. Now we learn over a period of time, no, you can't just get your way. You can't just have your way. We learn that, right? It's a learned trait. However, sometimes people just don't like it, and you don't have to love it. I mean, you know, you ever like order something on, it's going to sound silly, but you ever order something on Amazon, or you pre-order a phone, or you pre-order something, you book a concert, and then you're like, oh my God, hurry up and get here. Like, why is it taking so long? Hurry, hurry, hurry. Because we want it that moment. It does not change for any other situation. I need you to understand this. Number one, you cannot be guilt tripped unless you allow it. Period. Period. That is a fact, not an opinion. You cannot be guilt tripped. Listen, I didn't say they can't try. I didn't say that. They can try. If they know your weak spots, they'll go in hard on that, right? They're going to try to come in hard on those weak spots, and they'll try to play on your insecurities. They'll try to play on your emotions. They'll try to play on any kind of raw, like, opening in your mental capacity, and they'll play on that. Okay. That's very either directly done or very covertly done. It is entirely up to you to protect your peace. When you are not at good space with yourself, it is so much easier to be drawn into their guilty complex. Like, you know, they don't have a guilt complex. They're trying to make you have a guilt complex. And this is why the boundaries, the self preservation, the self-love, the self-confidence, that's how you prevent that. It's not about them stopping. It's not about getting them to understand. Let's not worry about them, because they are committed to only seeing it from their perspective. That's all they want to see. That's it. And so, yeah, you'll see too that it's covertly done sometimes. Sometimes it's not always, like, honestly, you'd almost rather be direct. Like, I can't believe you did that. I'm really upset with you. I mean, okay. They have the right to their feelings. It's not your job to absorb their feelings. Real important that you get it. So if they wanted you to come to something and you just, you know what, you just didn't want to, because that's a valid reason, and you just didn't feel like doing it, and they started with the whole, oh man, I was really hoping you would come. Oh, I'm going to miss you there. Okay. They're allowed that. No need for you to internalize that. There's no need for you to be like, man, I guess I could move things and change it. Do not allow your parent pleasing, people pleasing ways to bleed into this. So it's important, because so many people are like, this person makes me feel guilty. They do not make you feel guilty. They create words and actions. You allow that to play on any insecurity, any misplaced empathy, because you can have misplaced empathy because you're looking to empathize with everybody because you feel like nobody empathized with you as a kid, right? It goes very psychological. And so on this path, and like I said, it's kind of been this weird trend that I've seen over the past couple days, right, with my clients, where they're like, oh my God, this person made me feel guilty. And I'm like, nobody makes you feel guilty. And now we're getting to that point, right, for them to understand it. But you have to remember this, just inherently as humans, everybody wants what they want. All of us. Nobody's immune to that. But you learn that it isn't about you. You should be about you. You should be your priority. Nobody else should be your priority but you. Same for them. So you also want to check yourself if you feel sad or let down, and you're not intentionally necessarily trying to make them feel guilty, but you're trying to make them change their mind by playing on their psyche to feel bad, right? So that's essentially what it is. But when you're in a space, trust me, there will be people who will play victim all day long. Well, but I'm so sad. You know, I just wanted to spend some time with you. I mean, okay. But a lot of times people will say that because they want you to change your mind. Essentially, that's why people try to make you feel guilty. They want what they want. So they're like, oh, if you feel bad enough, If I can make you feel bad enough, then you'll change your mind and you'll do what I want you to do. Right? And so that goes into that piece of it, because in that space, when you're working on trying to convince somebody to do something different, it is always 100% within a level of manipulation within yourself. Now, it doesn't have to be direct manipulation, but that's essentially what it is. So when you understand what it is that you're working with the other person, when they're trying to guilt you into something, you'll take it less personal. And if you keep giving in and giving in and giving, listen, there's flexibility. I understand. But I'm saying if you are sacrificing your peace, or you literally have just had a long week and you don't need to explain it to everybody and you're just going to stay home, that's a valid reason. So even if somebody else doesn't like it, it doesn't matter. So the next time that you catch yourself sort of going down that rabbit hole of feeling guilty, I want you to ask yourself, why? Like, why? Well, I don't want them to be mad at me. Then it ain't about them. That's not even about them. That's about you. Why are you not okay with being the villain in their story? So as you start to say, why am I taking on this guilt feeling? Why am I taking this on? You start learning more about the wounds that you need to heal. Don't run from them. Embrace them. Man, I'm always trying to people please people. Why? Let me think about it. And so that helps you unbox it. But yeah, I really thought I needed to come on here because some people I know need to hear this, because it could be your adult child. It could be the boss. It could be, God, it could be anybody. So I just want you to hold into that, grab onto it, and like understand it, and don't personalize it. Don't make it about you. It's always really about the other person when they're trying to guilt you into something. It really has nothing to do with you. And when you understand that, you can set some distance from it and you won't take it so personal.